Hello, and welcome everybody to another episode of the Founders Forum. This is episode 26, and today we'll be talking about the war in Iran with the US and Israel. So let's get right into it. Um, Now, just also a reminder, this and the video I posted before this is actually a reshoot. The one I did 2 weeks ago, I found out that the microphone was not working. So yeah, this is the second time I'm shooting this. So things have changed in 2 weeks a little bit. So yeah, let's get right into it. So right now, or a couple of weeks ago, the United States and Israel had a joint attack and bombed Iran. Um, and yeah, so I guess throughout the weeks, we've taken out. Well, actually, the first day we took out their supreme leader. Um, and because the whole point of this is for a regime change, but in order to do that we need to take out their entire government, not just one. Now there's been reports that we've taken out other leaders too, and that's been confirmed, but in order for a truly successful regime change we need to take out their entire government. So and which is unlikely, but it could happen. um, the other thing is that we saw this coming. Back in June of 2025, we bombed Iran and took out their nuclear program, right? Um, and so that was a success, right? Then Donald Trump had many meetings with Benjamin Netanyahu, in the White House and at Mar-a-Lago. It's been five times actually, and basically it just goes to show that we'll just bend our back anytime for anything for Israel, right? And no matter, and we've seen this before, no matter what administration, Republican or Democrat, it doesn't really matter. We always bend over for Israel. And, why? I don't know. But then again, why is $3.8 billion being sent to them every single year? Guaranteed. Um, so, yeah, if they want us to go to war, we're going to go to war. If they want us to bomb them, we will. And now it's looking like it's could just get us into World War III, to be honest. I mean, they're in retaliation. Iran has been bombing all their neighboring countries. Even Dubai is getting hit. Saudi Arabia. You know, I mean, luckily all they really have is missiles. They don't have any really powerful weapons. And Israel's actually, I'm pretty sure, has been able to shoot down every single one. I think some have got through, but pretty much their Iron Dome has you know protected them because they're not really a big country. So just a few weeks ago, or a couple, yeah, like last week, we found out that Trump actually sent 2,500 troops to Iran. Now, this was surprising because usually wars nowadays, and World War III, sometime in the future, probably not too soon, but it will not be fought with boots on the ground. It'll just be fought with missiles, air attacks, naval ships, stuff like that, right? Or cyber attacks will be very popular. And if our country gets it like that, it's gonna suck. But yeah, there will be no boots on the ground, so it's kind of you know weird that Trump's sending troops because this isn't a ground war. We've taken out. Well, apparently, we've taken out their entire naval base. They have no. For the first time since World War II, we've actually taken out their naval ships. Not just Iran, but another country. Um, but yeah, he said Trump's been, apparently actually, sorry, 10 people have been reportedly, killed, have been killed from this, attack or multiple attacks. And, that's pretty bad because, again, if this was, listen, I'll be honest, in the beginning, I was in, support of this war because what I believe we should do is go there, take out their leader, take out their entire government, right, and leave. That's it. Leave them to deal with the mess. We took out their nuclear program, we took out their supreme leader. That should be it, right? But now we're still going. We're still bombing them because Israel wants us to, right? Now, what the Republicans need to do, or Donald Trump, he needs to put America first, right? Americans don't want to go to war. More than 60% of Americans don't support this war. And this is what we call a choice war. We have a choice here. We can choose to not invade them, choose to just stop right now. I mean, it's just that easy. If a country invades us or starts bombing us, that's different. We can't just choose to stop it in a day, right? Well, in some ways we can, I guess. But thing is that I guess I would be in support of this war if we were doing what we need to do. But now we're just wasting people's lives, wasting our money, and stuff like that for pretty much nothing. It's not a regime change. We just took out a couple leaders, and that's it. So what I believe we need to do is, you know, originally just take their supreme leader out, wipe out their entire government, and leave. That's it. We shouldn't have Americans dying for Israel. You know, um, but yeah. So they've been retaliating a lot, just bombing their neighbors, right? Um, and yeah, they're just yeah. I mean, really, it's been the same thing for these weeks now. But yeah. So yeah, I think in the last video I had more information, but I threw away all my notes because I thought I was gonna have to do this again. But so yeah, that pretty much is it for today's video. I actually announced something in my last video that we're going to be taking a little break, or not a little break. We'll just be doing a mix of different topics. So instead of politics and the same old usual stuff, we're going to be talking about faith, specifically Christianity. And what how I'm dealing with it, and how I was doing things a year ago versus now, and my view on it, I guess. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and watch that because I'll also be posting that tonight. And sorry, I had to wait 2 weeks to repost these videos or to make a new one because I just it just I do it when I have time. But anyway, so thanks for watching today's video, and I hope you enjoyed.